Imagine standing in a brutal underground prison arena. The crowd is screaming for blood. Your opponent is twice your size. Your ribs are cracked, your face is cut open, but you refuse to stay down. You rise like a demon, eyes burning with pure rage and unbreakable will. You are not just fighting to win. You are fighting to prove that no matter how hard life hits you, you will never break. That man is Boyka, and the real-life warrior who brought him to the screen is Scott Adkins. This is not just another biography. This is the complete, untold motivational documentary of Scott Edward Adkins, the butcher's son who became Hollywood's most complete martial artist. From a terrifying mugging on a British bus to facing John Wick himself, from training in his dad's garage to building his own Boyka gym, this is the story of raw discipline, relentless grit, and an indomitable spirit that refuses to quit. If you've ever felt like giving up on your dreams, if you've ever been knocked down and wondered if you can get back up, then this film is for you. By the end of these next 50 minutes, you will be fired up and ready to build your own legend. Welcome to the untold Scott Adkins story. From butcher's son to the most complete fighter alive, Scott Adkins was born on June 17, 1976, in Sutton Coldfield, a working-class town just outside Birmingham, England. His father, John, was a butcher. His mother, Janet, ran the family home, and he had an older brother, Craig. The Adkins family were not rich, but they were hard-working, honest, and tight-knit. From a young age, Scott learned that nothing in life comes easy. You have to earn it with your own two hands. School never really excited him. At Bishop Vesey's grammar school, he was an average student at best. But every night after his parents went to bed, young Scott would sneak downstairs and watch action movies until the early hours. Bruce Lee, Jackie Chan, Jean-Claude Van Damme, Sylvester Stallone, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Steven Seagal. These men were his real teachers. Their larger-than-life characters planted a burning desire inside him. He wanted to move like them, fight like them, and one day become them. At the age of 10, his dad and brother took him to a local judo club. The moment Scott stepped onto the mat, something inside him clicked. It felt like coming home. Martial arts wasn't just fun, it was oxygen. He started training every single day without fail. He took over his father's garage and turned it into his personal dojo. He covered the walls with Bruce Lee posters, hung heavy bags, and trained for hours after school while other kids played video games or watched TV. By the time he was 13, life threw him a brutal test. One day on a bus, Scott was mugged. The experience was terrifying and humiliating. For many kids, that would have been the end. Fear would have won. For Scott Adkins, it became the spark that lit a lifelong fire. He promised himself he would never feel that helpless again. From that day forward, his training intensity went through the roof. At 14, he joined the TAGB Taekwondo school under instructor Ron Sergiu. He trained like a man possessed. By the age of 19, he had earned his black belt in Taekwondo. He then moved into kickboxing under Anthony Jones and became a fully qualified Professional Karate Association instructor. But Scott never stopped learning. Over the years, he collected an incredible arsenal of skills: judo, karate, ninjutsu, capoeira, Krav Maga, Jeet Kune Do, Wushu, Muay Thai, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and acrobatic gymnastics. He holds black belts in both Taekwondo and kickboxing. While other teenagers were chasing girls or parties, Scott was in that garage dojo, flipping, kicking, sweating, and pushing his body to the limit. No fancy equipment, no personal trainers. Just pure passion and iron will. That garage became the birthplace of a future action star. Bruce Lee's philosophy, "Be like water," became his mantra. Adapt, flow, overcome, never stop moving forward. At 18, Scott decided he wanted to combine his martial arts with acting. He enrolled in drama classes at Sutton Coldfield College. Standing on stage was nerve-wracking for the shy kid from Birmingham, but he pushed through the fear. At 21, he was accepted into the prestigious Webber Douglas Academy of Dramatic Art in London, one of the best drama schools in the country. It felt like a dream coming true. But reality hit hard. Money was extremely tight, and he received no grant. After only a short time, Scott was forced to drop out. Broke, disappointed, and feeling like a failure, most people would have given up and gone back to the family butcher shop. Scott Adkins refused to quit. His first small breaks came through teaching kickboxing to local kids. One of the fathers was a television writer who was impressed by Scott's skills and screen presence. That connection landed him minor roles in British daytime soaps like Doctors, EastEnders, and City Central. He then landed a recurring role on Sky One's Mile High and played Bradley Hume in the long-running medical drama Holby City. Steady television work was nice, but Scott wanted the big screen. He wanted to be an action hero. So he took a huge leap of faith and headed to Hong Kong, the birthplace of modern martial arts cinema. There, he was spotted by legendary stunt coordinator and director Stephen Tung Wai, along with British Hong Kong action expert Bay Logan and the head of the Hong Kong Stuntmen Association. They gave him a role in the 2001 film Extreme Challenge. Suddenly, Scott was sharing the set with martial arts gods Jackie Chan, Sammo Hung, Yuan Wu Ping, and Corey Yuen. He trained and performed alongside the best in the business. He learned the fast, fluid, acrobatic Hong Kong style of fight choreography and insisted on doing every single stunt himself. No wires, no doubles, just raw skill. That experience changed everything. When he returned to the UK, more TV roles followed, but his big international breakthrough came in 2006 with Undisputed 2, Last Man Standing. Director Isaac Florentine and fight choreographer J.J. Perry cast Scott as Yuri Boyka, the terrifying, ultra-talented Russian prison fighter with a massive god complex. Opposite Michael Jai White, Scott delivered some of the most breathtaking fight sequences ever filmed in a Western martial arts movie. The spinning kicks, the flying knees, the brutal groundwork, the sheer athleticism, their audiences were stunned. The film became a cult classic almost overnight. Scott Adkins had officially arrived on the global stage. 2 years later, in 2009, he landed his first true leading role as Casey Bowman in the film Ninja. Then in 2010 came Undisputed 3, Redemption, where Boyka returned as the protagonist fighting for his freedom and redemption. The training for these films was savage. Scott bulked up, trained multiple times a day, and pushed his body harder than ever. He won the Action on Film International Film Festival Award for Breakout Action Star. The Boyka legend was growing fast. In 2017, Scott not only starred in Boyka, Undisputed, he completely owned the character. The film earned him 2 Jackie Chan Action Movie Awards, Best Fight and Best Action Movie Actor. By now, fans all over the world were calling him the most complete fighter in action cinema, and they were right. His style is a perfect fusion. Lightning-fast taekwondo kicks, powerful judo throws, flashy capoeira acrobatics, devastating Muay Thai elbows and knees, and rock-solid Brazilian jiu-jitsu. He makes the impossible look effortless because he has put in tens of thousands of hours of painful, sweaty, lonely training. Hollywood finally came calling. Scott appeared in The Bourne Ultimatum, The Expendables 2, alongside his childhood idols, Sylvester Stallone and Jean-Claude Van Damme, Zero Dark 30, and Ip Man 4, the finale, where he played the brutal American Marine Gunnery Sergeant Barton Geddes opposite Donnie Yen. In 2023, he stole the show in John Wick. Chapter 4, as the larger-than-life crime lord Killa Harkin in one of the most memorable fight sequences of the entire franchise. And yes, he performed every single stunt himself. But Scott didn't just wait for big studio offers. He dominated the direct-to-video action genre that true fans love. Films like Close Range, Savage Dog, Triple Threat with Iko Uwais and Tony Jaa, Legacy of Lies, Castle Falls, One Shot, and One More Shot. 2 of his greatest achievements came with Avengement and the Accident Man series. In Avengement, he played a scarred, vengeful anti-hero in what many critics call his finest performance. In Accident Man 2018 and its 2022 sequel Accident Man Hitman's Holiday, Scott took full creative control. He produced, co-wrote, choreographed the fights, and starred as the hitman Mike Fallon. These films showed the world that Scott Adkins is not just an incredible athlete. He is a complete filmmaker. Success has never come without pain. Years of high-impact training and performing his own stunts have left Scott with constant injuries. As he gets older, he feels the wear and tear more, but his mindset remains unbreakable. "I'm definitely aware of getting older," he says, "but I still feel as fast as I always did." He built his own state-of-the-art Boyka gym in the UK, one of the most complete martial arts training facilities in the country. During the COVID lockdown, he released free training videos online to motivate fans around the world. He regularly teaches seminars and gives back to the martial arts community. That fear of going back to an ordinary life is what drives him every single day. He treats every film like it could be his last. He never rests on his past success. "You can't rest on your laurels," he says. "You've got to keep improving." In an era of green screen CGI and stunt doubles, Scott Adkins stands out as the real deal, authentic, physical, and uncompromising. As of 2026, Scott is still going strong at full speed. Recent and upcoming projects include Day of Reckoning, Diablo, where he is also producer and story writer, Prisoner of War, The Rip, Reckless, Skyline, Warpath, and One Last Shot. He even voiced the Marvel villain Omega Red in the Deadpool VR game. Fans continue to beg for Undisputed 5, and Scott has said he would love to return as Boyka one day. So what is the real lesson of Scott Adkins' life? Your background does not define your future. A terrifying mugging can become your greatest motivation. A simple garage can become the birthplace of greatness. Failing drama school does not mean you fail in life. Pain in the gym becomes power on the screen. The most complete fighter is not born. He is built, one painful rep, one rejected audition, one early morning training session at a time. Scott Adkins did not wait for permission. He did not wait for the perfect opportunity. He created his own path. He moved to Hong Kong on faith. He said yes to every role, even the small ones, and turned them into cult classics. He studied with the best: Jackie Chan, Donnie Yen, Jean-Claude Van Damme, Sylvester Stallone, and learned something from every single one of them. Then he took control of his own destiny by producing and writing his own films. His core philosophy is simple yet powerful. Whatever you want from this life can be achieved through discipline, hard work, and indomitable spirit. What are you waiting for? Make it happen. If you are watching this right now and you feel stuck in a job you hate, stuck in self-doubt, stuck nursing old failures or injuries, hear this. You have the same 24 hours that Scott Adkins has. You have the same ability to train, to learn, to improve, to refuse to quit. Start today. Build your own dojo, whether that's a literal gym, a notebook for your goals, or a daily habit that moves you closer to your dream. Train when you don't feel like it. Work when nobody is watching. Push through the pain, the rejection, and the fear. Scott Adkins didn't just play the most complete fighter on screen. He became that fighter in real life. Now it's your turn. Go out there and fight like Boyka. Train like Adkins. Never stop proving that you are worthy of your dreams. Thank you for watching the complete Scott Adkins documentary. If this story fired you up, do 3 things right now. Smash that like button. It really helps the channel. Subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss future motivational documentaries. Drop 1 word in the comments. Boyka, if you are ready to fight for your dreams starting today. Also tell me in the comments, what is the one thing you are committing to improve in the next 30 days? Let's build a community of warriors who refuse to quit. Until next time, stay disciplined, stay dangerous, and remember, your story is still being written. This was the untold Scott Adkins story.